Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you part 2 of What If Izuna Uchiha was Naruto Ancestor. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. And remember, share this to all of your friends in social media platform and also stay in tune because after this, I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto rebuild the Uzumaki clan. So stay in tune for that and I hope you guys enjoy. And on Anime King, I post a new episode of What If Naruto was trained to be a weapon. So go ahead and check out that and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. And later on, I'm going to be posting What If Naruto had multiple people sealed inside of him. So stay in tune for that and I hope you guys enjoy. And remember guys, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos on both channels, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join Anime King and Anime King 2 and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you all for your help and your support. And remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode. Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails.
So, the last time we left off, Naruto was being chased by a mob. As the people of Konoha is yet again beaten up on him, Sarutobi came there with his envoys. As he told the envoys to execute all of them as the envoy killed all of the people that were hurting Naruto. Sarutobi then brought Naruto to the hospital as Kakashi intervened and said that he wants to adopt Naruto. After him and Naruto talked, Naruto was happy for someone to adopt him as he now sees Kakashi like an older brother. We then had a time skip. Kakashi had already started Naruto training. As Naruto was at the training ground waiting on Kakashi when two envoys appear. These envoys were different. They were not wearing the regular mask. They were root envoys as they attacked Naruto. As Naruto was so scared that he's going to die, he activated his Sharingan to totem in both eyes as he killed one of the envoys. As he then dropped the kunai as this was the first time he killed someone. As Kakashi arrived and killed the other envoy, but the envoys then burst into flame. A seal set by Danzo, so if they fail their mission, nothing can be brought back to him. As Kakashi was surprised when he saw Naruto's eyes. As he then calmed Naruto down and Naruto deactivated the Sharingan. As Kakashi then took Naruto to meet some of the other kids as Naruto played with them. That was Shikamaru, Kiba, Shino, and Choji. Naruto is also wearing a mask like Kakashi's that covered the lower half of his face, as Kakashi told Sarutobi everything. We then had another time skip. Between that time skip, Sarutobi told Naruto about his Sharingan, as Naruto never noticed this, as he didn't have any reason channel chakra to his eyes, as Kakashi had laid him off of his training. Sarutobi also told Kakashi about Naruto's real heritage. Minato's parents were Rose Uchiha and Yamato Namikaze, and Rose Uchiha was the daughter of Madara's brother, Izuna Uchiha. So that makes Naruto half Uzumaki, half Uchiha, and half Namikaze. As Sarutobi told Naruto not everything, just that he has a Sharingan. Naruto then started to see the world in a whole different light. He was a part of the Uchiha clan, but they were all killed recently by Itachi Uchiha. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can check out the place and check it out for yourself. So let's begin this new episode, shall we? After telling him about his Sharingan, Sarutobi saw how depressed Naruto was, since Sarutobi still couldn't tell him about his father. So Naruto asked him about his mother. Alright Naruto, I will tell you your mother's name, but I will tell you about your father some other time. As Naruto turned with a smile on his face. Okay Gigi, he said. Okay Naruto, her name was Kushina, said Hiruzen, as he remembered all the time he spent with her and Minato. As both Naruto and Sarutobi were in the graveyard. As Naruto kneeled down, as he saw Kushina Uzumaki on the gravestone, as tears immediately came to his eyes. "Mom," he said as he cried. Hiruzen placed a hand on Naruto's shoulder and waited in silence for Naruto to let out his feelings. Naruto cried for a few minutes, but after that, he seemed to settle down. "Naruto, inside of every shinobi, the will of fire burned," said Sarutobi. "Will of fire?" Naruto asked. "Yes, it's the unbreakable bond that every shinobi has in the village with each other. It gives us the strength to protect our village and protect our shinobi, our friends." And the will of fire had burned brightly in your appearance. Hearing that, Naruto turned his head as he smiled. The next day, Naruto and Kakashi was standing in the forest of death. Kakashi had brought Naruto here many times in order to train him. He has chose this place to train Naruto in using the Sharingan because no one came to this place. Today training is going to be different. First of all, Kakashi was not reading his book as he looked serious. And Naruto was ready to begin his training after talking with the Hokage. His goal became more clear to him. "Alright Naruto, since I have already taught you chakra control exercises and basic taijutsu, I deem you fit to learn ninjutsu and how to use the Sharingan today." "You up for this?" Kakashi asked. "Sure thing, big brother," said Naruto. "Alright, first of all, I'm going to teach you the basic jutsu which academy students are taught. Normally, you shouldn't be learning ninjutsu at such young age, but you have some enemies in the village. And so in order to defend yourself, you're going to learn ninjutsu," Kakashi said, as Naruto nodded in return. "But before we start your training, I'm also going to teach you how to use the Sharingan." Kakashi then lifted up his headband as he showed the Sharingan eye. "Big brother, can you tell me the abilities of the Sharingan?" Naruto asked curiously. "Alright, but first, activate your Sharingan and tell me what you see." Naruto focused the chakra to his eyes as he activated his two totem Sharingans. "Big brother, I can see the chakra flow in your body. Also, when the Anvu attacked me, I could predict his movements before he made them. That is all I knew that the Sharingan can do," said Naruto. "Impressive." "Yes Naruto, the Sharingan has many abilities, and one of them is to predict someone's move before he and she made them. The Sharingan has 3 levels. The first level is 1 tomo in each eye. With this one, you can partially predict people's movements and see the chakra flowing through them, but it's a little blurry. Only after the second stage you acquire, you will be able to see the fully version of the person's chakra flow. And you can also copy the hand sign and the chakra level for ninjutsu and genjutsu. Finally, the third level with 3 tomos in each eye. There, the Sharingan is complete, and no technique can escape from your eye copy ability. Also, as your Sharingan develops, your speed will certainly increase, simply because you'll be 1 step ahead of every move your opponent uses, Kakashi explained. Naruto listened carefully as he was amazed what the Sharingan can do. "So I can copy any ninjutsu, genjutsu, and taijutsu style. That's amazing," Naruto said with a smirk. "Hold your horses, yes you can copy them, but that doesn't mean you have to do it," said Kakashi. "Why not?" Naruto asked confused. "You should not rely on these eyes too much. You should also learn things on your own." "I get your point brother, but you told me once we are shinobi. Nothing in our line is fair. My opponent will not hesitate to hold anything in a fight with me, and neither will I. So shinobi should use all the tools they have to achieve victory. The Sharingan is a tool and I will use it, but I will also work hard and learn on my own too," said Naruto with determination. Kakashi was left speechless after that. His little brother just outsmarted him, and his answer was logical too. Naruto will need all the power. Now, let's begin. 30 minutes later, Kakashi was surrounded by 50 of Naruto's clones as he taught Naruto the clone jutsu and the substitution jutsu. As he told Naruto about the information gathered, if you use your clone to train, you will get the information and the experience from the training. As Kakashi now want to find out what kind of affinity Naruto possessed. As Kakashi took out a paper and handed it to Naruto. "What is this?" Naruto asked. "This is a chakra paper. If your affinity is fire, it will burn. If your affinity is water, it will get damp. If your affinity is earth, it will crumble. If your affinity is wind, it will slice. If your affinity is lightning, it will wrinkle. Now, go ahead and channel chakra into the paper, as Naruto did. Kakashi's eyes went wide as the paper got damp. Then it got sliced. Then it got burned. And then it got wrinkled. Kakashi was surprised. He suspected Naruto to have 2 affinities, but 4? That's impossible, Kakashi thought. Interesting, Naruto said with a smirk. Brother, how do I have 4 affinities? Naruto asked curiously, bringing Kakashi out of his daze. I think it's because of who you are, Naruto, that you have these affinities. What do you mean? Naruto asked confused. It seems that your water affinity is the strongest out of all your affinities, with wind rivaling it. You also have an affinity for fire and lightning. The reason you have these affinities is because of your clan. You belong to the Uzumaki clan, who had the strongest water affinity users in the world. So that is why you have this strong affinity to water. As for your fire affinity, the Uchiha primary affinity was fire. Your father had lightning affinity, so you inherit that from him. And as for your wind affinity, I think it is your own, said Kakashi. So, if I have these affinity, that means I cannot perform any earth techniques, Naruto asked. They won't be as strong as the others, but with hard work, you can perform it. Some average jutsu in earth affinity. Naruto nodded as he was satisfied with the answer that he got. Now Naruto, I want to divide your clones into 2 equal groups. I will send along 2 of my clones to teach each group a jutsu, and they should keep their Sharingan active. For as long as they can, it will help them learn jutsu faster, while you and I will meditate. Why do I need to meditate, brother? Naruto asks. Meditate will help you increase your concentration and better your chakra control. It will also make you aware of your surroundings. Also, I want to find out something, said Kakashi. Naruto nodded as he divided his clones into 2 groups as they went along with each of Kakashi's clones to learn a jutsu. As Naruto sat down with Kakashi and started to meditate, at first nothing happened, but after a few minutes, he was super focused as he could hear the sound from faraway creatures and also sense Kakashi's chakra nature. Brother, why can I sense your chakra nature? Naruto asked. As I expected, Kakashi thought with a smirk. You can sense my chakra because you're a sensor, Kakashi said. A sensor? Naruto questioned. Many of the Uzumaki clan were advanced sensors, so I was hoping that you would be one, and it seems like you are. So can you teach me how to use my sensory ability too? Sure. I can give you some pointers, said Kakashi, as he started to teach Naruto. A few hours later, it was a gruesome training day for Naruto. As he was now completely exhausted, he had received all the memories from the Shadow Clone, and the fatigue as well. Kakashi has also helped him with his sensory ability while they were meditating. Kakashi was proud of Naruto for learning so fast, as he teaches the clones water style, violent water wave, where you produce a blast of water from your mouth, as Naruto was able to pick up on this technique quickly. He also teaches the clones fire style, fireball jutsu, and Naruto summoned a large fireball, as Kakashi was proud, really proud of Naruto. So in all, Kakashi helped Naruto with his sensory ability. He teaches Naruto the water clone and the shadow clone, the fire style and the water style. He also teaches Naruto the transformation jutsu. As Naruto had fallen asleep, as Kakashi now had Naruto on his shoulder, he managed to learn so many jutsu and master them in one day. Minato, you would be proud of him. I wonder what will happen if I teach him genjutsu. He will be a force to be reckoned with in the future. But I wonder, what will his academy life be like, Kakashi thought, as they start to walk towards the house. Only if Kakashi knew that this day has marked the birth of the Sharingan prodigy who would decide the fate of the world. Time skip. 3 years later, Naruto was walking through the streets of Konoha. He was now 4 feet and 9 inches tall, as he was wearing a black coat with a blue shirt under it and a blue pants. He was wearing fingerless black gloves and a black mask on his face, as his hair is also grown out as he had bangs in his face. It has been 3 years since Naruto activated his Sharingan. He now had a 3 totem Sharingan in both eyes. It happened during a training session with Kakashi, as Naruto attended the academy 2 years ago. Naruto was also a master in water jutsus. He can perform water jutsus ability very quickly. He's basically a specialist in ninjutsu. His taijutsu has also improved. Kakashi had made him wear weights in his training. They were not too much, but he kept on increasing them as time passed. Naruto was able to perform genjutsu, not any high level 1. And he was also able to break through genjutsu. But when it comes to his Sharingan, he can perform a skill genjutsu with his Sharingan. Only a high level ninja can see through Naruto Sharingan genjutsu, and sometimes it was hard for them to spot, as Kakashi had trained him how to hypnotize people with his Sharingan, his opponents, and he had even told Naruto that with his skills, he will surpass Itachi and Shisui Uchiha in the future with his Sharingan-based illusions. Naruto was happy with his life. However, he had met another person that cared for him despite him being a Jinchuriki. Thinking about her brought a smile to his face. Flashback a year ago. Kakashi and Naruto were continuing their regular training in the forest of death as usual, as Naruto's skill has improved due to his training. His strength, speed, and ability to analyze the opponent is greatly increasing. Right now, Kakashi is teaching Naruto the lightning clone jutsu. If I'm fighting an opponent near a water source, this lightning clone jutsu can be very important and helpful, Naruto thought. Alright now, try to form a clone infused with your lightning chakra, as Kakashi was then interrupted by Naruto. We got company, said Naruto. His sensory ability has increased, thought Kakashi, as he could also sense a chakra signature approaching them. Just a few seconds later, a young woman jumped in the clearing where Kakashi and Naruto were training. Curious to see who this person were, Naruto turned and looked at her, as she wore a brown trench coat, a short brown skirt with a fishnet cloth that covered the rest of her body, and her hair was purple. Oi, Kakashi, what are you doing here? Asked the woman curiously. Uncle, what are you doing here? Kakashi asked. This is my playground, Kakashi. Now tell me, what are you doing here? Asked Uncle. Only Uncle can call this a playground, Kakashi thought as he sighed. Oh, so this is Uncle. She's exactly as how Kakashi described, as Naruto remembered when Kakashi talked about the snake mistress of Konoha, Uncle Midarashi. Well, I'm training my little brother, said Kakashi as Uncle turned and looked at Naruto. What? This brat? He looked like a clone of you, said Uncle, as Naruto's eyebrow twitched as he was being called a clone, just because he was wearing the same face mask as Kakashi. I am Naruto Hatake. Pleased to meet you, Uncle, Naruto said with a short bow. Wait, you're Naruto? What the hell do you mean that he's your brother, Kakashi? Asked Uncle loudly. Uncle knew exactly who Naruto was and the burden that he carried, but she didn't hate him like any of the other villagers, as she mostly sympathized with the boy because she had something as well that people hated her for. She saw him around the village a lot, but he just disappeared one day, and now he's here? What the hell is going on, she thought. Kakashi explained everything to Uncle, but he left out the part about Naruto's heritage and his Sharingan, just about how he adopted him and his training. Well, I didn't expect you to be of a caring type, said Uncle as she teased Kakashi. Did you say something? Kakashi asked, as Uncle growled. Man, that was funny, Naruto said as he laughed, upon seeing the interaction between Kakashi and Uncle. What was that, shrimp? I bet you don't even know how to hold a kunai, said Uncle. Well, let's find out, shall we? Naruto said. Naruto, I don't think you should challenge Uncle like that. She's a Jonin like me, said Kakashi. I know that I can't beat her, but I want to prove it that I'm not worthless and you train me well, said Naruto. Meanwhile, Uncle was impressed by the kid's answer. Fine. But don't complain if I break some of your bones, she said, with a smile on her face. Don't worry, I won't, he said. You know what? Let's make a bet, said Uncle. What's a bet? Naruto asked. You fight with me, and if you're able to hold your own against me for 5 minutes, I'll teach you something very helpful, Anko said. That's acceptable, but what happens if you win? Asked Naruto suspiciously. Then, you will owe me a treat, she said. May I ask, what is this treat, Anko? Naruto asked. Dango, Anko said, as she smiled. Alright, the rules are simple. You can use anything you want. If you can last for more than 5 minutes, then you win, she said. Hold on, said Kakashi. Naruto, come here for a minute. As he walked away with Naruto a distance away. Naruto, you shouldn't use your Sharingan or clones in this spar. You know why you shouldn't use a Sharingan, but for your clones. I want to see your hand-to-hand combat without using them, Kakashi explained. Do you understand? I understand. I won't let you down, said Naruto, as he walked back to Anko. So, you done? She asked. Yeah, I'm ready, he said, as he got into a fighting stance. Alright, let's begin, Anko said, as she threw a kunai towards Naruto, as Naruto ducked, but the moment he lifted back up his head, Anko appeared in front of him, as she punched him, sending him flying back. Naruto flipped in mid-air as he landed on his feet. Damn it, the kunai was just a diversion. She used to distract my attention, he said. Had enough, kid? Anko asked. I'm just getting started, Naruto said. Anko then rushed towards Naruto as she intended to finish the spar as she tried to punch him across his face again. But what happened next caught her by complete surprise. Naruto ducked her punch as he slammed his hand into her stomach. As Anko rocked back, the kid just knocked the wind out of her as Naruto then jumped up as he punched her under the chin as her own teeth bit into her tongue as she spit out some blood. Interesting, it seemed his taijutsu and his strength has increased without his Sharingan, Kakashi thought, as he was proud of Naruto. Why, you little, you'd pay for that, Anko said as she spit out some more blood. As she then went through hand signs, fire style, fireball jutsu. The large fireball was rushing towards Naruto, who went through hand sign of his own, water style, water encampment wall. A giant wall of water appeared in front of Naruto as he thrust it forward as it impacted the fireball with great force. As the water wall overcome the fireball and it disappeared, only steam left in the area. Damn, this kid, he created water from nothing. There isn't even a water source nearby. How the hell did he do that? Anko asked as she was amazed in Naruto's skills. She then disappeared from Naruto's view as she tried to form a new strategy. As Naruto used his chakra sensor ability, Gotcha, he said, as he sensed her from behind a nearby tree. He then dashed forward as Anko jumped from the tree. As Naruto tried to kick her, but she jumped back. She then brought down her hand, tried to punch him, but he flipped back. They then engaged each other in a taijutsu battle, trading punches and kicks. It was mostly Anko attacking and Naruto dodging with incredible speed. Damn, her taijutsu is impressive, Naruto thought as he get hit here and there, as he noticed some bruise over his body. Damn, this kid is something else, even though I'm not going all out. He's strong, Anko thought. Naruto decided he was no match for Anko in taijutsu, so he decided to go with ninjutsu as he went through hand sign, wind style, great breakthrough. What, Anko thought as a large wind of gusts slammed right into her and sent her into a tree. Deciding to not give Anko any time to get up, he ran through hand sign, fire style, fireball jutsu, as he sent a large fireball towards Anko down form, as it engulfed her in flames and burned everything. Maybe I overdid it, Naruto thought. He was about to call Kakashi when he sensed something behind him. Hidden shadow snakes. Before he could react, his entire body was wrapped up by snakes. As he looked back where his fireball had hit, to see a burned wooden log in its place. Damn substitution, Naruto thought. As he looked back at Anko to see a smirk on her face, her clothes were burned and she has a couple of bruises, seeing that she barely avoided the attack. Impressive, kid, you were able to hold up against me for this long, and you even made me use my snakes. You're good, but it's over. If you try to move, my snakes will bite you, and they are very poisonous, said Anko with a smirk. Alright, I forfeit, said Naruto. As Kakashi then appeared. Well, you hold out for 4 minutes, but Anko has many experience over you, said Kakashi. Yeah, he's right. I have fought with many shinobis, said Anko as she released the snakes as Naruto got back to his feet. So I guess I failed, said Naruto. Don't worry, said Anko. I will still teach you. But I lost the bet. Why do you want to teach me? Naruto asks. Well, you and I are a lot alike. And you got talent. So for that I'll teach you. But you owe me a lot of dango for this. Thanks, Anko. Now, you do owe me some dango, said Anko with a serious tone. Oh yeah, of course, Kakashi. Would you like to come with us? As Kakashi glared at Naruto. You think you're gonna stick me with the bill, huh? Sorry, Naruto, but I got some work with Hokage. As Kakashi poofed away. Damn it, Naruto said. End of the flashback. Needless to say, Naruto got along very good with Anko. She was like his elder sister who always guided him. Even Kakashi and Anko became better friends. And she mostly trained him in taijutsu. For the past year she has been doing. And Kakashi will stop in and train Naruto on a few other things. But his main focus was on taijutsu. And Anko training was brutal. He still haven't told Anko about the Sharingan. It wasn't that he didn't trust her. She was a precious person to him. But he wondered if her knowing the truth would change her view about him. Kakashi had advised him to wait for the right time to explain it to her. Naruto was so down in his thoughts that he didn't know that he arrived at the academy. As he looked out to see Iruka staring at him. Naruto, why are you 20 minutes late? Iruka asks. Sorry, Iruka sensei, I was training yesterday and I got very tired. And it won't happen again, honestly, Naruto said. Iruka sighed as he told him to go ahead and sit down. As Naruto never showed off his real skills in the academy because these academy tests and training were really lame and boring. Most of the girls all crushed over the boys as they wanted some Prince Charming to come and save them, as Naruto saw that the academy weren't teaching the students to become real ninjas. Snapping out of his thought, Naruto went up to take the seat besides Kiba and Hinata. Hinata has become one of his close friends ever since he entered the academy. She was a very shy girl and lacked confidence, which was very unusual for a Hyuga, as she was the heiress of the Hyuga clan that was considered the strongest clan in Konoha right now. Her father had high hopes for her, but she was unable to produce them, so she was considered unworthy for her own clan. They prefer her younger sister better than her, Hanabi, and Naruto felt bad for Hinata most of the time. But after meeting Naruto and the others, she started to build more confidence. But she always made no sense to Naruto. She was always right whenever talking to him. He didn't understand, and she was always stuttering over and over again. But he figured out though that she liked him, but he never really said anything about it. Good morning, Naruto, said Hinata politely. Good morning, Hinata, Naruto said, as he then bumped Kiba on the head, waking him up from his sleep. What the hell, Naruto? Why did you hit me? Kiba asked in a sleepy tone. Why are you sleeping so early in the morning? Naruto said. Man, Iruka lessons are so boring, so I decided to take a nap, Kiba said. As Kiba talked out too loud as he was still in a sleepy mode. As the class started to laugh while Iruka head enlarged about 10 times the size. Kiba Inuzaka, for that, you shall write about the history of Konoha 50 times, said Iruka. As Kiba paled. As Kiba looked around, Iruka sensei, I wasn't alone. Even Shikamaru was sleeping, he said, pointing at the sleeping Shikamaru. Troublesome Kiba, I wasn't sleeping, Shikamaru said as he lifted up his head, but he then yawned immediately after that. As Naruto and the others watched as Iruka scolded Shikamaru and Kiba for sleeping in class. The only person who was not a part of the group was Sasuke Uchiha and Sakura Haruno. Naruto had tried to befriend Sasuke in the past, but he wasn't interested. He considered himself greater than the others as he looked down on everyone else who he didn't consider as a challenge. He didn't even socialize with anyone, he just brooded all day. A part of Naruto hated Sasuke with a passion. He was the golden boy of the village, all the villagers worshipped him. He had a lot of fangirls, but he always brooded and acted so arrogant and stuck up. After Naruto saw that he wouldn't have a friendship with him, he gave up on that. It was a lost cause. Sakura on the other hand was book smart, but she was the greatest fangirl of Sasuke. She practically worshipped the ground that he walked on. Even Ino didn't compare when it came to Sakura fangirling over Sasuke. So according to Naruto, Sakura was just annoying and she had no real ninja skills and she wasn't fit to be a shinobi. The rest of the day passed as they had to go through Aruka's boring lesson. Later on, everyone had a practice fight as Naruto went up against Sasuke. While fighting Sasuke, Naruto was dodging every one of his punches as everyone was surprised. Naruto was holding back a lot though, but the fox kept on talking in Naruto's mind. Lately, Naruto realized that the fox is trying to corrupt him as the fox told him to stop holding back. "Shut up, fox," Naruto said as he was dodging Sasuke punches. "Stop holding back and destroy this foolish kid," said the Nine Tails. "Listen to me, stupid fox. I won't let you control me. Stop trying to mess with my mind," Naruto said. "Very soon you will fall," said the fox. Sasuke then jumped up as he tried to ox kick Naruto, but Naruto grabbed his leg and swung him around like a rag doll as he threw Sasuke to the side. "Why the hell am I so weak?" Sasuke thought as he looked up at Naruto. "How is he this strong?" thought Sasuke. As Naruto walked up to Sasuke, "You overestimate your ability, not knowing my own. You consider yourself strong just because you're Uchiha. You are pathetic, Sasuke. You don't have strength, and you don't know the meaning of true strength," said Naruto. As Naruto pulled back his fist and slammed it into Sasuke's face, as Sasuke's nose was bleeding, as Naruto raised his fist again. "Naruto, stop!" Ino said out loud. As Naruto got out of a trance, as the fox was leaking his bloodlust to Naruto. As Naruto shook his head, "What the hell was I doing?" he thought. Meanwhile, Sasuke was in pain as he was holding on to his face. It was the same with Itachi. That night, I was completely weak and unable to do anything about it. As Sasuke just lowered his head on the ground. "Winner, Naruto Hatake," Aruka said. As he then went over to check on Sasuke, there was absolute silence. No one could believe that the prodigy Sasuke was defeating so easily, as now they knew that Naruto was hiding his true strength. "Awesome," said Hinata. But guys, let me end this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on that bell notification, stay posted, and stay in tune. I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto Had Multiple People sealed inside of him. So stay in tune for that, guys. And also, stay in tune for What If Naruto Rebuild the Uzumaki clan on this channel. But for now, I'm out of here, guys. Peace.